I'm going to take a tour through a town that's got a lot of history, but it's been erased. A lot of it's been erased. There's not much around anymore, but I'm going to have a look anyway. I was intrigued at this town because I wasn't intending on coming through here and having a look. I only am now because I came here at the weekend with my family and noticed an old building, which was a hall, and I'd been there many times before, and that was all I thought was in this town. But it's not. There's a lot here, and I'm going to have a look. If you want to join me, please do. I used to ride road bikes, and I did it very much a lot for fitness and tried to do it as much as I could once or twice a day a week, and did some hundreds of Ks on it. Now, just before this car gets by, this alley here, this road area here where all the trees are on the right-hand side, I call it Magpie Alley because each and every gum tree will have a territorial magpie living in it. And as we ride past on our push bike, you get swooped by the first one, it gives up, then the second one comes, and they're not only swooping to get away from you or get you away, they're connecting. They've drawn blood in my left ear. It's always my left ear, many times, and it hurts. Magpies can get violent. People say, nah, they don't hurt you at all. Well, you haven't been hit by one before, so make sure you look. Magpies are a pain in the butt, I can tell you. It's very hard to film along here. Bloody cars left, right and centre. So just in front of me is a new estate. This is actually new and established. Looking like we're getting some major sized land or blocks of land here. And look, I came through here a while back, and I'm saying years back, 5 years, 6 years, and there was no land there, there was no houses there. Now suddenly, there are houses everywhere, and I can't believe this place is actually growing like it is. In 2016, the census said there was 800 people living here. If that's the case, it's probably 1,000 now, so it's quite amazing. Now, there are houses everywhere, new and old. This place was established in 1850, and it was called Bulla Bulla. Tyers is a town in Victoria, Australia. It is 6 kilometres north of Traralgon and located in the city of Latrobe. It was known until 1852 as Bulla Bulla, after which it was named after the surveyor explorer Charles Tyers. Some of the places are a bit older, some are newer. This one looks like it's been here for a very long, long time. And there's some places who are new but look old. Quite beautiful, I think. And as you drive into town, you'll see the Astron petrol station, which has been in many different names. It started off, I think it was a Mobil petrol station many years back, and then it became a United, then Astron, and a couple other companies. And it has changed many times over the years. Awesome. Found myself a footpath. Whoa, geez. Rosella's just zipped past my head. Look at that. This used to be an established, let me zoom in. Just there, that used to have a Carlton United sign on it. Because this once was the place where you get your alcohol as well if you wanted a drink on the way up to Walhalla or anywhere, or when you get there. Anyway, it obviously doesn't anymore, but it's pretty interesting. Just so you know too, I have been going through South Gippsland, East Gippsland and between. So I'm going to call places East Gippsland or South Gippsland because where I'm going lately, it's been between both and there's no real name for it. So I call it South East Gippsland maybe. Anyway, this is the Traralgon Tyers United Netball and Football Club. Now I have noticed that a lot of towns do tend to have a football and netball club together because combining them is probably a very smart idea to make it right. Looks like we've got a construction vehicle about to turn in here, so I'll quickly get this done. So we've got the old booth. This has only been here since the 70s. The place here has only been here since the 70s. And here's this, it's a bit like that. Like a lot of towns I've been to lately or recently, well, in this area, it was a dying town. Nobody wanted to live here. Their houses were empty. But now with the housing crisis and people wanting to do a bit of a, I don't know, country change, it's all starting to build up again. And it is a promising thing. This area is getting bigger and bigger all the time. It was weird, in the 90s, I remember looking at the census for the Trove Valley, where I live. There's been about 71,000 people living here. And I just recently looked at it. It is a bit out of date, but it does still say about 75,000 people live here. I think it's a bit out. I really do. This sun, oh, that's perfect. Perfect. The house up in the hill there. Kind of, the camera doesn't do it justice. I use the tree to block the sun. Kind of old house. There's no street I can see going up. There probably is. Anyway, there's the local post office just over here. I'll come past that later and we'll talk about that as well. There are nice little depictions and signs in the park area. Probably needs a bit of work done to it. They've got a plastic coating on it, which I think needs to be replaced. One of those things shrink and get old over time. It looks good though. It's a great little idea on how things were. Right, we're not far from this area here. So we came from that one and worked our way up, and we're standing right here now. So that's a turn off to Walhalla. And I'm going to head to Mount Hope Road. I'm going to go for a walk up here and have a walk around. I'll probably fly my drone as well. Yeah, so this is the map of Tyers. It's only tiny, but there's a lot of farmland around the area, but it's how it works. Where you see that truck at the moment, that is the main turn off to Walhalla, coming from any direction from Melbourne or Traralgon. You head straight up there to get to Walhalla Township, and also, you know, Coopers Creek and Borslin. And a friend of mine was telling me that there was a post office straight across the road from this road, in a house that's now a house. It was once a post office. Either it's been torn down and turned into this little parkland here. I'm not sure. I'm going to look it up and see if it's actually there, or this house here where this guy's about to back his car out. I'm not sure if it was a post office or not. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. It's kind of a pity that all the old houses aren't here anymore. Would have been great to see them. At the angle of this one, it could be that this one might have been the old post office. I'm not sure. Awesome today. It's a couple of days, or yesterday actually was a real dreary, cold, freezing day. I'm not saying it's warm, but it's sunny. Very lucky, very, very lucky. Look at this, the old Telstra box. Looks like someone's actually ripped a little gate down. It's a bit rough. Not that the gate's going to do much, but anyway. We're on Mount Hope Road at the moment, heading up the hill. See what this memorial has to say. This park is dedicated to the memory of Bert Christensen, husband of Alma, father of Heather and John, the man of integrity and vision. He was true pioneer of the Tyers district, a loving family man whose contribution to the community will be long appreciated. Nice little park, great place to come have a picnic. Of course, got the electric barbecues that are free in Australia. Well, in Victoria, I know that. Anyway, check the hall out, will you? Okay, we've got another memorial over here. We'll just see what that has to say. In memory of all citizens who unselfishly served our community and all who supported them in ensuring a peace and freedom. Lest we forget, dedicated on the 10th of November 2006 by the Honourable John McGauran. So this is a memorial for the fighters of the war. Always a memorial. It's awesome. And right behind me is a building that's been here for many, many years. This stone was laid by H.F. Christensen, ESO, JP, 3rd of 9th, 1932. There you go. That's when this building was actually erected. Well, started. Well, of course, the stone's right there, so they would have built it up to there and put that stone in, so that's a start. More memorials. Let's have a look at what this has to say. And of course, the Lone Pine. Anzac Day 2008. Lest we forget. If you don't know the story on the Lone Pine, you should look it up. Basically, it's a seed that was brought back from Gallipoli, germinated and grown in Australia or Melbourne, and then they planted around all the towns that men had fought from and died as a memorial to those men. And so that Lone Pine, that tree right there, has grown since it was planted in 2006, just to commemorate the men who passed away fighting for our country. Anyway, back to the building. This building was erected in 1932 and was an acoustic club for a long time, and it's a hireable building, so basically you can go in there. We had a day on Saturday in here. It was quite nice. And let's have a look at the memorial here. This one says the state government with the Latrobe City Council and Tyers Community, Tyers Hall Development. So 2001 they rebuilt the hall and fixed it all up again. Gorgeous place. It is actually a beautiful little building, and like I said, I'm going to head up the hill here in a minute, but we'll just have to take another walk around this building and see. So I went into the kitchen, had a look around in the kitchen. I actually spent some time in here on Saturday. Parked my car out here. So it's really a nice old building. Obviously this part here is an extension, and the part hanging off the left here is an extension as well. But as a building, it's quite beautiful and old, rustic. Now we've got primary schools and everything still here. This place is bigger than I really thought it was ever. So there's a primary school here, my kind of school. Tyers, the Touch of Country Primary School, Principal Gwen Hunter. Arts Festival, second weekend in November. What I'm hoping to find up here is houses, old houses, and some older rustic looking things, and see how it looks. Guy looking at me going, what are you doing? It's fun. Check this house out. How beautiful is this? If you guys own this house, say hi. It kind of looks old. Maybe it's been here for a long time. I really don't know, but it's gorgeous. What a house. Okay, we're going to have a little bit of a talk about someone who lived here, is very famous, a book writer, Jean Galbraith. Lived here for all her life. Here, voiceover Pierre will tell you a bit more about it. Jean Galbraith was a pioneering Australian writer, botanist, gardener and conservationist who helped shape public appreciation for natural flora through her lyrical and accessible writing. Born and raised in Gippsland, Victoria, she developed a deep love for wildflowers and the bush from an early age. Despite health challenges and limited formal education, she became a respected nature writer and was mentored by prominent botanists after joining the Field Naturalist Club of Victoria. Jean Braithwaite wrote extensively under the pen Coria, and later her own name, with her work appearing in gardening magazines, children's publications and major newspapers for over 5 decades. Her first book, Garden in the Valley, detailed the creation of her home garden and became a beloved classic. She later authored widely used wildflower field guides, including the influential Wildflowers of Victoria and a field guide to wildflowers of South East Australia. Living simply at her family home, she remained dedicated to conservation and education, especially for children. Several plant species were named in her honour. Jean Galbraith's work turned botanical writing into a form of art, earning her recognition as a national treasure in her later years. She died in 1999, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire gardeners, naturalists and readers across Australia. Flora is a please shut the gate, no dogs or bikes. Thank you, committee management. Check out the barcode there if you want to have a bit more information as well. I shall go in and have a look. Okay, so we've got little signs. Kidney weed, spiny-headed mat rash. Just little plants and different types of plants have been grown here. What's this here? Oh, there's normally a little sign-in book that's not there anymore. Oh, what do you do? So, spiny head mat rash. I guess it's we're in the middle of winter, guys. There's no flowers, if you're wondering. Bit of sun on my face, so it's a bit hard to see. All these little bits and pieces that have sort of fallen into poor hands. So it's like forest clematis, Bergen cavia, and a hot bottle of Culture Strictly. It really is great that people commemorate their time to remember somebody and dedicate this land just for this. I won't go through all of them. Prickly currant bush, which is not there anymore. And a dead gum tree behind me there. Got some feathers from a bird. Another dead gum tree here. Looks like something must have been here at one stage. Nodding greenwood. My guess is the actual, it must be the grass that's growing there. We're trying to keep it working. Got a middle area here. Grass trigger plant, there's a couple of them there, but not really growing well. What do you do? So you head down this road, up this road I should say, and check the views out. Why wouldn't you want to live? I mean, the view over there, that's not really awesome. That's the paper mill. What do you call it? The Latrobe paper mill, or they call it something else now, but it used to be the Australian paper mill. But everywhere else, it's just a beautiful view from here. No wonder you want a house on a corner, just like that. Bloody beautiful. That sun is so demanding. Look at this. Imagine having a home here and seeing this kind of view. Wow. Just pop out your window and see that in front, have a cup. Ah, look at this place. Some really old rustic looking buildings. They're not. It looks like a tin shed with fence palings bolted around it, but it does look the part. Nice. Good job though, guys, making it look rustic. Listen to the cows. Check them out. They're all going in for the milking. They're all creatures of habit, and they learn how and when to go in. So they go and have a milking time. There's one little lone cow out there, just sitting there, not realising everyone's moving away. But they're all going in. Awesome. Changes. Nice little, almost like a German-ish looking house here. Beautiful. Nice. Imagine having a property here. It would be very nice. I have well noticed that the homes here are large. They're not little. I'd say to people who live here, move here as a country, quiet country living, and no disturbance from people like walking around with cameras and things. But the housing and houses they built here are beautiful. Very nice and very understandable. Look at that view. I have spotted something a bit unusual. Never thought that was here. It's called the Tyers walking track. Let's have a look. Tyers walking track. This pathway has been made available at request of the local community. If you wish to use the track, you must adhere to the following rules in respect of rights of adjoining landowners. Use only designated green gates. I guess it's green. Little orange arrow there. These are private property. Farm animals graze along the path. Do not frighten. No motorised vehicles. Use entry at risk, responsibility and safety. No motorbikes and no horse riding. That's good. The community have done something for their own, and you can actually use walking tracks. But where? Oh, here there's a gate up there. They've designated up the back there. There's another gate, and you can just walk straight through. Doesn't look like it's been used much, but hey, what a great idea! How cool is that? What a great idea! Now I drove up here before I came and walked up here. Unfortunately, there's not much to show. There's just houses up here too. Just nice houses, but they're doing a bit of road construction just over in the corner there. So it's pretty limited to where we can go. So I'll head back and we'll see what else we can find. So you can see over in the distance over there, whoop, there, that's your lawn power station. Now I have a video for that. If you want to look at that, there's a link on the right hand side. What a scene, eh? Look at that. What a beautiful scene. Not sure, but this actually does look like an old place. It really does. It's actually been here for a while. Looks like an old hay shed with like a kind of an outhouse, which is probably just an old shed. That's just been there a bit shorter time. But this is a definite old place. It looks old. I'm going to say it is. You guys, I'm sure, will correct me. So it belongs shortly to this house on the side here. So of course I'm heading down the hill. I'm at the bottom of the hill now. There wasn't much to show after the walking track. You know, if you're so inclined to have a barbecue here in one of these places, you're probably better off going to a place where there's it's out in the sticks, somewhere a long way away, not in town. These are the ones here. These actually have lids on them, which is great. So they're nice and tidy and clean. And the reason why I state that is bored youth of the day tend to do things to this barbecue tops that really you don't need to know about. So if you're going to use them, give them a thorough clean with disinfectant and clean them up really well. They are great to have, but they are kind of abused at times because of the bored youth of the day. Anyway, carry on. So anyway, in a not too distant past, this shop here was not open. It was a petrol station. It was closed for a very long time. I'm sure whoever lives here and sees this video will tell me how long ago it was. I'm trying to hide from the sun at the moment, so that's why I'm walking in towards the tree here. And now it's just opened up again because market has gone up. Housing has been established in this area, and there's more market. There's more business. Well, you should smell the air at the moment. Someone's burning something very nice. It's obviously the wood around the area. Yeah, I just grabbed myself a cup of coffee. And I like a latte, full cream milk, no sugar. Now, with my health issues, I'm not supposed to have caffeine, but I just can't stop. Last night I had a hard time because I had too much salt and hardly any sleep last night. They kept my wife awake as well, snoring and all these other things that happen. Unfortunately, as you get older, things change in your life. You know, what you like to have when you're 40 is completely different when you get to 60. I'm now 56 years old, and I'll be 57 very soon. And things are changing. Things are changing big time. And I'm just hoping it doesn't affect the rest of my life. So it'll be good. Okay, so I've finished my cup of coffee. I'm going to go fly my drone. Just want to comment on it. It was very, very tasty. Using beautiful milk, whatever that came from. The only problem I had with it was a latte, and half the cup was full of foam. And it's not a latte. So I finished it very quickly because it was only half full. If you own that shop that I just went into to get it in Tyers, just take the hint. Okay, I'm learning how to use my camera a bit better. I've been doing some videotaping on my other channel, and the problem was I kept losing connection to my face. I realised I just have to have automatic face detection turned on, and that actually will keep it looking for my face. And then when I put my hat down and look back up again, it'll re-center itself. Okay, I'm going to put this drone up. Have I got an SD card in? I have. Let's do it. I'm recording at the moment, so I'm going to check out Tyers. We'll have a look at the township. Let's go. You can see me, yep. So we can see the petrol station from above. Get it up a bit higher. So this is the town of Tyers. We're having a look around. I'm just flying my drone above the township, not over people. I'm in a little park area, and it's quite legal to do this if anybody's questioning that. I've got 62% battery life in my camera, in my drone. And I just want to show what the township has and what's around. There's the hall over there, and just a little few houses at the back. As you can see, the scenery is just gorgeous in our town area, in the Trove Valley. Oh look, there's a big tennis court there I didn't see. Well, actually this is the Oval, so this is where I am. And you can see the power station, your lawn power station on the right, and what looks like the paper mill on the left. And over here, you should be able to see Loy Yang power station. That's my height, 61 metres. There's Loy Yang power station in the background up there. So the township, you can see up the background up here, there's a the whole estate. I've looked up the camera. There's a whole estate up there that's been established just recently to build the population of the town up. So it's amazing. So I'm going to show you just now, let's get shit out of me. Car just started up right next to me, scared the crap out of me. I'm going to show you right now the road. There's a fork in the road up here. That leads all the way up to Walhalla. You have a look, there's a massive hill, and it actually goes up the mountain all the way over the hills there, and actually goes higher. You can't see the mountain from here, as the drone is not high enough to show that, but up in the top area, over the hill there, is Walhalla Township, gold mining town. So that's it, got a nice little skate park underneath the camera there. Where's the camera going? Oh, we'll bring the camera back to me. There's me waving. And now we're going to bring it back. So I'm going to say thank you very much for watching this channel. Thank you very much for subscribing. And how'd you like Tyers, the town just near my place, somewhere I live and where I've grown up in a way. I came here in Gippsland when I was 13 years old in 1981. And I love the place. I love living here. I love the people here. They're really good. We have our own rat bags, but we have some majorly good people and some major stars living here as well. Guys, you should check the place out. It's a great place to live. It's a really good place to have, be part of. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for being part of my channel. Check me out next week in the next video. Cheers.